Alright guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to um, rotate a door in Copper Cube. But first you'll see that I'm here in truespace, and the reason that I'm doing this is I'm going to show you how to set the axis on a model. This will be our door model, and I'm going to show you how to set the axis on it so that when it rotates in Copper Cube it actually looks like it's on a hinge. So you'll see I just created a box, shaped it out to be just a basic plain door. And then I'm going to right mouse click on the picker tool. And I'm going to set its location on the X and Y to 0. 0 and 0, enter. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into wireframe mode, which if you go up in the corner here, you'll see that little fan. It's the direct 3D mode. I'm going to go down here to wireframe. Alright. Get my view there. Now what I'm going to do is go down to my axis tool, and I'm going to click on it so it shows the axes. And you'll see that I'm actually down inside the herency of the model. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change the location of the z-axis to 0. And you'll see that it's right down here, guys, in the center. But because when we rotated it in there, it'll actually twist in the middle. So what I want to do is move over on the x-axis. I'm going to slide it over here to basically create a door hinge. So I'm going to click out in the field here and drag. You'll see my axis is dragging right around to the edge here. And you'll see that location of the X. But I'm going to clean this back up and go back to 0 on the Y. Alright. So now that we have that, that's where that's going to hinge at. Now I can close this, because we don't care anymore. That's fine. We'll go back up in here and see. And if the axis doesn't disappear, click back again on the axis tool. A couple times you'll see it disappear. Now I'm going to go back to direct 3D mode. Alright. Now you'll see when I rotate it, I'm going to grab my little widget down here. You'll see that it hinges like an actual door. And then if you want, save as object, DirectX. So that's the truespace part, that's setting the axes. And I like to say that you might be able to set the axis in Blender and 3D Studio and everything, I'm not sure. But all my models, I set the axis down here on the 0, 0, 0. That way it's much easier to place them in Copper Cube on the grid. But we're going to go over to Copper Cube, and I'm going to show you how to do it with the built-in door. Alright guys, now we're going to set this door up. This is a prefab door that comes with Copper Cube. These are my two walls for references, just to show you. Now all the actions we're going to do is on the door. So make sure the door is highlighted. And we're going to go over to behaviors. Now we're going to add a behavior. Behavior is triggered by events. On proximity, do something. Now what we're going to do is we're going to open a door once we get close to it. And you'll see, you can see the little yellow line, little yellow circle, that's the proximity. So we're just going to make it a little bit wider. Alright, and now there to what? We're going to choose a C node, and which C node? Select. We want it to be to the player. So when a player gets within this region, it'll activate it. Trigger when we're going to enter radius, so this will open the door. And then for the action, we're going to want to use a rotation. Okay, set rotation site. We're going to leave it at set absolution. So that way it only opens 90 degrees one way once. And change which C node? Well, of course, we're going to change the door. Okie doke. And we want it to rotate 90 degrees. And we want it to play animated, so just don't pop there. And we'll have it take, we'll say 2000. Enter, and click OK. Now what this does here is once we enter this radius, it'll swing the door 90 degrees and it'll leave it open. Now if you want it so that the door stays open all the time so you know that you checked the room, you just end it right there. If not, we go again to behaviors, on proximity. Distance will go back to 20. So it stays the same. Near to what? I like to select the C node. And which one? We want it to go to the player. Okay. And this will be when he leaves radius. In the action, again, will be a rotate. We'll keep it at absolute. Which C node? Of course, we want the door. Okay. We're going to leave it at 0, 0 because I'll be returning to the starting position. And we want it to rotate. So we'll click OK. And now we are going to test this. And you'll see our door. And we walk up to it. And we enter the radius. You'll see that it opens the door. Now I'm going to go in here. I'm going to do a little spin so you see that it closes it. And you see that it closed it. And now you'll see that it opened back up again. It'll play that rotation at 90. And you see that it closed it. So that's a real simple, just using an on proximity to open and close a door. So I hope you guys learned something, because I learned something. And again, I'm Joe. This is Copper Cube. I am using Cam Studio. That's open source, great little video recorder. And I use truespace a little there to show you how to set the axis. Alright guys, thanks for watching.